You're not overthinking. You're living inside a mind that never stops scanning everything around you. You walk into a room and almost instantly feel that something is off. No one is raising their voice. There is no obvious conflict, but you still sense it. A glance that feels slightly off, a smile that does not fully land, a sentence that sounds normal but lacks sincerity, while others are simply there. You have already started analyzing. Every small detail becomes a signal. You are not trying to do this. It happens automatically. The more you try to ignore it, the clearer it becomes. This is not a habit. It is how your mind operates. If you are listening to this and it feels familiar, then this might not be just another video for you. This might be one of the rare moments where you feel like someone is finally describing how your mind actually works. If you have ever felt like you think too much, feel too deeply, and cannot turn it off even when you want to, then you are not alone. There are many people experiencing the same thing, they just do not talk about it. This video is not here to change who you are. It is here to help you understand what is really happening inside you. And once you understand it, things start to feel a little lighter. Not because it disappears, but because it stops confusing you. From the outside, people might see this as a strength. They call it awareness, emotional intelligence, the ability to read people. But they do not live inside your head, so they do not see the cost. When awareness becomes too sharp, it stops being just a gift. It turns into a constant loop. You are not just experiencing life, you are analyzing it. Every situation gets broken down into layers. You replay it, you interpret it, you try to find what is hidden underneath. And this process repeats more times than it needs to. This is not about thinking too much by choice. It is about not being able to stop. You are not fully living in the moment. You are watching yourself live in the moment. A part of you is always standing outside observing. You laugh, but at the same time you evaluate that laughter. You speak, but you monitor how you sound. You are present, but not completely inside the experience. This happens so often that it feels normal, but over time it creates a quiet kind of exhaustion. It is not loud, but it stays with you. And this leads to an important question. Why are you like this? There are usually two paths that lead to this state. Some people are naturally more sensitive from the beginning. Their nervous system processes everything more deeply and intensely. But there is another group that did not start this way. They learned it, especially in environments that were emotionally unstable. When you grow up in a place where things change unpredictably, you have no choice but to pay attention. You need to read signals to understand what is happening. You learn to detect even the smallest shifts, and over time, this becomes automatic. You did not become aware to understand the world. You became aware to survive it. As a child, reading the atmosphere helped you avoid conflict. Noticing early signs helped you stay safe. You learned when to stay quiet and when to disappear. No one taught you this. You adapted on your own. And over time, this skill became part of who you are. As an adult, your environment may have changed, but your nervous system still runs the same pattern. It stays alert. It keeps scanning. It assumes that danger can appear at any moment. What you are experiencing is not imagined. It has a clear scientific basis. Research on highly sensitive people by psychologist Elaine Aron shows that some individuals process information more deeply at a neurological level. Brain imaging studies using fMRI have found increased activity in regions related to emotional processing and attention in these individuals. Another key system is the default mode network, which is responsible for self-referential thinking, and studies in neuroscience show that it tends to be more active in people who constantly analyze themselves. The amygdala, which acts as the brain's threat detection system, is often more reactive, especially in those who have experienced prolonged stress. In addition, research on mirror neurons suggests that empathy is linked to the brain activating as if you are experiencing another person's emotions yourself. The ability to sense internal bodily signals, known as interoception and processed in the insula, is also heightened in more sensitive individuals. When all of these systems are active together, they create a very intense internal experience. This is not a flaw. It is how your nervous system has been shaped and trained over time. For most people, a situation is just a situation. But for you, it becomes something to analyze. A short message can stay in your mind for hours. A brief silence can turn into a question. You do not just hear what is said, you notice how it is said. You pick up details that others miss. Your mind automatically connects them. While your body is present, your thoughts are already running through different scenarios. By the end of the day, you feel exhausted, even if you did not do much physically. The fatigue does not come from action. It comes from constant thinking. It is not just the outside world. You also observe yourself. You do not just feel emotions, you evaluate them. You analyze why you feel a certain way. In conversations, you are both participating and monitoring yourself. You notice your tone, your posture, your reactions. This makes it difficult to fully relax. You are always maintaining a level of control. Over time, this reduces your sense of natural flow. Things can start to feel slightly forced, even when you do not intend them to be. You are not doing anything wrong. You are just too aware. When you see deeply, you start noticing the layers behind people's behavior. A compliment no longer feels simple. A kind act may seem like it has a motive. You stop trusting things at face value. This does not make you negative, but it makes you cautious. You think more before trusting, and slowly, you lose something important. The ability to experience relationships in a simple and direct way. You can still connect, but there is always a subtle distance, and sometimes you feel alone even when you are not. You do not just understand emotions, you feel them. When someone is tense, you feel it. When someone is in pain, it stays with you. You naturally put yourself in other people's position. This makes you someone others feel safe around, but it also drains you. You absorb too much, and you do not always have a way to release it. You become a container for emotions, but you are not always the one being held. Your sensitivity does not stay in your thoughts, it moves into your body. A small change in your heartbeat gets your attention. A slight sensation makes you alert. Your brain quickly labels it as danger, and your stress response activates. The more you notice, the stronger it feels. The stronger it feels, the more you worry. A loop forms. You are not actually in danger, but your body reacts as if you are. And this keeps you in a constant state of tension. Underneath all of this is a deep belief. You believe that if you understand enough, you can avoid being hurt. If you can predict everything, nothing will surprise you. You try to stay ahead of your emotions. You use awareness as protection, but this also means you never fully rest. You are always prepared. And over time, that becomes exhausting. There is something important to realize. Trying to avoid pain does not improve your life. It pulls you away from the present. You stop experiencing life directly. You start managing it like a system of risks. You gain a sense of control, but you lose ease. You become slightly safer, but significantly heavier. And that is the trade-off. You do not need to turn this awareness off. You need to change your relationship with it. When a thought appears, you do not have to believe it immediately. You can recognize it as just a thought. Naming it helps create distance. You also need to set emotional boundaries. You can understand others without carrying their feelings. A simple habit is to reflect at the end of the day and separate what belongs to you from what does not. Bringing your attention back to your body also helps break the loop. Focusing on your breath, your movement, or a simple action can calm your system. With practice, you do not lose your awareness. You just stop being controlled by it. Your sensitivity was never the problem. It only becomes a burden when you believe you have to carry everything. You can still see deeply without holding on to everything. You can still feel without absorbing it all. When you learn this, things begin to shift. Not because the world becomes simpler, but because you become lighter within it. If you made it this far and saw yourself in this, be honest with yourself for a moment. Which part of this is exhausting you the most right now? You do not have to say it out loud, just recognizing it is enough. And if you have been living like this for a long time, remember this: there is nothing wrong with you. You just learned how to survive a little too well.